My friends at the General wants to know if you had to pick between acting, bodybuilding, or politics, which one would it be? If you had only one, which one would it be?
I would not pick one. And I tell you why. Because it's very important to understand that when you grow up, you change of what is important to you. So to me, when I was 4 years old, it was like bring me the little toy car or truck. When I was 15, the important thing was to become the most muscular man in the world. But when I was 30, that was not the most important thing anymore. To me, it was like moving on and becoming a great actor and becoming a movie star and making millions of dollars.
I'll be back.
But then when I was 50, all of a sudden, my work with Special Olympics and my work with the after-school programs and my work with the fitness promotion and all of this made me addicted to public service, that I wanted to do more for the people. So therefore, then in my 50s, it was more important than being on a screen or going down another red carpet. It was to just go and be a public servant and be governor. So this is why I say we grow up and we go through those stages, which I think is really good to do. And so this is why I cannot say, what is or what was the most, because at one point, each one of them was the most important thing. When I was younger, it was bodybuilding. When I was like 30, it was acting. And then when I was in my 50s, it was being a public servant.
Your Netflix show, which is great, by the way, Fubar, is in season 2. What's the biggest difference between season 1 and season 2?
I think that, you learn from season 1 always, and then everything just improves. You put more action in there. There's more comedy in there. There's more kind of soap opera, the dramas between the various different family members. And it's kind of in a way like what happens in my real life, where I'm an actor and entertainer, and then all of a sudden you have a son that is all of a sudden becoming this great entertainer. And he's in White Lotus, and he's becoming a huge star, and he's a huge star now and all that stuff. And he's doing the same thing. In our TV show, it's the same thing there, except I'm a spy. I'm the number one spy in the world. And then all of a sudden I realized that my daughter, without me knowing, but all of a sudden I found out that my daughter is also a spy. She's a CIA spy, and they have a firewall there that I don't know that she's a spy. She doesn't know that I'm a spy. So I'm always, throughout my entire career, always have to go and lie. When I come home and I say, I'm so sorry that I was gone for a whole weekend again. I said, I promise you I'll take you out on our anniversary. I said to my wife, I said, but I was stuck at this fitness convention. I said, I wanted to sell my equipment there, but guess what? I was really angry because the whole thing was just so crazy. All of a sudden, I go to this fitness convention, present all my equipment, all my weights, all the machines, and then all of a sudden, all they talk about is fitness and cardiovascular training and the exercise bikes and exercise rowing machine and this and that. I say, I don't know what happened here. It is absolutely so I have to lie and make up stories so that she believes this, because in reality I just came home and just saved the world. And so eventually we of course get divorced. And now what happened in the last season, as you remember, was we ended up having a shootout, and then we found out that all of our addresses and names have been leaked out, and now we're in danger, so we have to go to a safe house. And now the second season picks up at the safe house, where it is a disaster, living together in these small quarters, everywhere you look, there's something wrong. And so it starts out with this a whole funny kind of scenes, and then it gets right away back into the big action and all that. But it's really fantastic. And Monica is really a great, great actor. And Travis and all those guys are just really doing a great job. And I just love working with them. I was up in Canada, in Toronto, for four and a half months doing this show, doing all 8 episodes. And it's coming out now.
Yeah, my favorite scene was the puppet scene in the submarine. I've been knowing you for 30 years, so I know you laughed a lot as you've been shooting that scene. How many takes did you have to do, and what's the story behind the puppet idea?
Relax.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes.
Good. Concentrate.
I'm very
I
hard.
can look up again.
Okay.
Very. You see, a totally different person now.
Yeah.
It's a totally different ballgame.
All right.
You're the man.
Thank you very
I
much.
love
So are you. I love you as well. All right.
Well, the puppet idea was the only way that we get along, my daughter and I, was for the psychiatrist that is with the CA to kind of like pull out those puppets. One looks like me and one looks like her. And then we have these conversations through the puppets rather than us saying things to each other. And so it becomes really a funny scene in episode 1, but then in episode 2, we continue on with that whole approach with the puppets and all of that. It's a very, very funny. It makes you like howl, seeing those scenes. But I mean, this is what makes the show so fun, because it's like family and work and all of this just with us. It just doesn't mix well, and so there's always conflicts. But we have great energy there, and we have great action scenes and great drama and all of that stuff. Carrie Ann Moss was one of the new additions in the TV series, and she is a kick-ass woman, I tell you. I mean, she's attractive. She looks fantastic. She did so many action movies in the past. I mean, she just blew me away. And there's this really funny dance scene that we have together where we had to really practice. I'm really a bad dancer. Okay, so to explain to you why I had to kind of practice the scene for 6 weekends in a row so that I could get the dialogue and the dance kind of moves all kind of coordinated. Because, whenever you start making a move in dancing and you say something, you have to then remember that. What move did you make at what line? Because when you shoot from this side and from this side and from behind, from up, you have to always match that. Otherwise, they can't edit it together. So it becomes very, very complicated. She was, of course, right off the top. She practiced a few times. And she says, I have this together. I know exactly what to do. I said, well, good for you. I said, then I'm just going to practice with my dance teacher, because I said, I need some more practice. And I remember that way back when we did True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis. It was the same thing. She was like, after 3-4 times, she got the whole dance, the tango, and all that stuff. But the reality of it is that I needed much more time. And so I practiced throughout the time we were filming True Lies. And I knew that, to me, it's always about reps. It's because I come from sports. So I said, reps heal it all. And so I do reps. And if I do a speech or something, I do reps. Whatever I do in order to perfect things and then to go for it, because then I feel good when I go and do it.
So I need you to put on your producer and your writer's hat. If you were to give me a CIA role in Fubar season 3, what would that role be?
I would have you be a very, very, you mean to be a CIA agent?
Yes.
I would just have you be in charge of some continent. And then we work together. All of a sudden, I get the call from you, and we have a big problem over here. And the only way we can do that is and fix it is if we all work together. And then I will call my buddies together. Then I will come in, and then you and I will be kicking some serious ass.
If you need me for season 3, I'm available.
I will immediately tell them. As soon as you get off, I will be telling them that Shaq is in. I said we have to use him.
And tell them my fee is $1. Anything for you, you know that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, they have enough money to pay you.
Fight fans, UFC 317 is almost here, and it's shaping up to be a can't-miss card. With high-stakes matchups and title implications on the line, every punch, kick, and takedown counts. There's no better way to get in on the action than with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. No matter who you're backing in the octagon, now's the time to make your picks. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code BIGPOD. The crown is yours.
Stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings. Same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together, from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as it happens, making watching the game that much more exciting.
If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code BIGPOD and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code BIGPOD only at DraftKings Sportsbook. This episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq is brought to you by The General. You know Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years. You already know The General was there for Shaq when I needed him. Low rates and flexible payment options to keep you covered. If you're ready for your big break, you know what to do. Visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. Again, visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. And it wouldn't be the Big Podcast without The General.